man. I do what I do.
I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us. What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother? Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
Well. Bravo to him. Somebody, so, you know, tell us how you really feel. You know what I mean? Like, tell us how you really feel. This is a case where you are, you're letting your feelings and your ego get in the way of good common sense. Clearly, sir, you all need some help. If you all saw the videos I've been seeing, they've been snatching Latinos, and it's not just Mexicans. Again, they've been snatching folk out of the schools. This is what they've been doing. You see what I mean? And so clearly you do need some help. Whether you want to admit you need some help or not, you do need some help. Now, again, black folks are we're standing down on this one. We are not really we're not in this fight. You know, and a lot of black people feel just like this lady right here.
Said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion debt.
This is Chi-Town, Chicago. Been Democratic for 60 years. And now this is how passionate they feel about it. Keep listening.
Deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaign and double down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example of this right here first. Please come here first.
She shot the N-word at him. I just said, yeah, but it was the Negro. It was but keep listening.
Our tax dollars to go, Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this is how it's gonna rap? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
This was going to happen to you. You got Cash Patel,
look at my man,
and Pam Bundy that you're going to have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now. So
Mayor Brandon Johnson's approval rate is at 13%. Okay, and pretty much all black town. Keep listening.
Love your undivided attention, please. I'll wait. So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm gonna let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus.
Somebody type done in the chat room. Somebody type done. Black folks are done.
Years, and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Robbie Manuel. It is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget. First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, 600?
See, what I'm trying to explain to you all is this. I'm pretty mild-mannered. I'm going to always be professional. But there are some strong feelings. Black people feel as though I want you to keep in mind, remember the other day we talked about the Height-Seller Act. There was only 6% Hispanics in this country before 3 to 4% before 1965. And it was after that act was passed that they shot up to 19%, okay, of the population, which means in 1965, after all the work was done, after the civil rights movement was done, that's when the country began to get flooded with Hispanics. People think, oh, Hispanics have been here in the same numbers as always, but it's not. That's not accurate. You see what I mean? So the work was done. We put in all the work. We got rights for everybody. Nobody had to be worried about Jim Crow and coloreds only and desegregation. And then folks start coming over here, and now we have our own politicians, black politicians, who are trying to replace us. And basically, we don't get to reap the benefit of the work that we did in building the country, building the community. They just come to supplant us. So it's a problem. It's something that black people take personal. We kind of shift. We're good people. We're loving people. We kind of mind our business. But, and we accept pretty much anybody, whether it's building a nail shop or a salon in our community. We chill. We let people do what they do. Even if they do have a racist past like the Arabs do, we chill. But see, this is a little too far, okay? And that's the backlash you see.
600 million, let's start there. Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there. You Democrats, and you remember you told us to defund the police? Remember, you ran on that. Remember, you was the defund the police? Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood, because we're not for defunding the police. Won't you just practice what you preach? Remove all the details. We saw you coming in today. You had all the police presence. So let's take some of that away.
Man, this man is not going to even be able to walk around the city. You understand me? This is how hated he is. Now, let's go back to your boy. I want to talk to you all about this. We ran through it real quick, and of course, I got some other footage. But
videos of black people making fun of Mexicans. For
you saw videos of black people making fun of Mexicans. All right. So here's the thing. They're making fun, or they're commenting on the fact that over 60% of Mexicans voted for Donald Trump. And that was less than 2 months ago, thinking if they voted and aligned themselves with Donald Trump, okay, who represents the white nationalist aspect of the United States, they would somehow get a pass, okay? See, oftentimes we know that Hispanics and many people that come to this country, they bond over anti-black racism. Okay, what do I mean by that? I've noticed that when you have a couple of Latinos, they're cool. But the minute they get over majority, that's when they start clicking up. And you, as the black person, are on the outs. They start talking bad. You start hearing the racial names and the racial jokes. And then they'll say, oh, yeah, but you know, my great grandmother was black or something like that, as if that gives them a pass. And it's not cool at all. You see what I mean? If we cool with you, we cool with you. We don't like that. But you all don't have that sort of loyalty towards us. So the fact that you've done something so that is so against your interest for absolutely nothing, you know, in return, and you're primarily the cause for why your relatives are being returned home and why you're, and of course I know Latinos are different and they have different reasons and different politics, you know, different parts of the world. But, you know, don't get mad now because you're getting teased about your silly mistake. Can't get mad at that. You all gung-ho for Trump, and now that Trump is sending relatives home, now you're getting all sensitive. You see what I mean? So you're going to have to take it. You know, you got a whole group called Latinos for Trump. You know, that you got that. And so now don't come in complaining now, but this gentleman is specifically Mexican.
What's happening right now with Mexican people? I have also seen black people make videos talking about Mexicans.
But see, here's the problem. You've also seen white people making videos about sending the Mexicans home. So why is it that you choose to pick on the black people? Okay. See, I can absolutely promise you that there's more comments from white people saying very harsh, mean, nasty, rotten stuff, laughing, than there are black people. I mean, think about it. White people voted for Donald Trump overwhelmingly. White people did. And you have smoke for black people? I don't think it's appropriate. I think you should go and be mad at the people who were really the reason why, you all are going through this touch term. Why pick on us?
Hit the like, 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 hit the like. It's a party going on, we all looking at Dennis. Spurling and subscribe, it only take you a minute. Hit the cash app, super chat, be a penny. One is real good, but 20 more will be plenty. Blizzard King pay a visit, Big Blast my witness. Appreciate the love, that's black men doing business. Stand up, father and brother, lawyer is he. Hall of Fame game, he's known as Uncle D. Tell it just like be, representing for we know time is money, you learning and pay a fee. Know it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Say it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Yeah, know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winner, know this it. Darren Hay watch, views. Hit the like, you know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winner, know just hit. Darren Hay watch, views. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like.
We still look at all the beautiful music that we've created. That's what's on the inside of us. We are wonderful people.